on this computer recording. Cool. All right. So welcome to our call. I'm going to post the last post in the new coach training room here in a second, but you guys are done. It was 21 days. It was 3 weeks of the new coach training group. So I wanted to have kind of an end of the training group call, especially to answer some of you guys' question. But don't worry, if you're not finished, if you're not all caught up with all the assignments, I'm not going to close the group right away. I'll leave it open for a few weeks to give you guys time to go back, catch up on the assignments you didn't get to see, or just go back to some of them and refresh your memory on them. But yay, congrats on completing them, especially if you stuck with them and you stuck with the 3 weeks. So what I wanted to talk about a few things to just kind of like brush up and then answer your questions. The first question that I got was, should you start a like page? So a business page, like a Facebook business page. And if you already have, that's okay. My suggestion with that is not to start one. And the reason I say not to start one is because, hold on a second. It's because when you open up a like page or business Facebook page, they're called like pages, like mine is Living Fit with Leticia. It just adds more to your plate. And if right now you are trying to just figure all of this out, right? You're trying to figure all this out, social media, times to post, what to post, it can all be super overwhelming. So to add to your plate with the like page, it's just more that you don't need right now. My suggestion is to just use your personal page, your personal Facebook page. Sorry, I'm distracted. Once you've hit Success Club like 3 or 4 consecutive months using your personal page, then you can move on to a like page. I mean, there are so many benefits to having a like page, but it is a lot to learn. Once you have a like page, I've done so many trainings in the past to just better at having a like page because there's so much to know, like the algorithms, what Facebook likes, and they're always switching the algorithms. And one month Facebook is loving live videos, and the next month is not. So it is a lot. So once you do start a like page, one thing that I do recommend is going on YouTube and YouTubing, best practices for a Facebook like page, and then implementing what you're learning. I took Marie Smith. She's considered the Facebook queen. I paid for her training back like 2 years ago. I've read Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. So I've done a lot of trainings on social media because I was like you guys when I first started. I knew nothing about social media and I knew nothing about running a business on social media. So that's something else that if you're truly serious about this and you want to grow your social media, because you're going to want to do that to be able to reach more people, and that's something to have in the back of your mind, is to just, when you have a moment, and there's so many free training on YouTube, like it's mind-blowing. And you can also pay, like Shalene Johnson, she's one of our Beachbody trainers, and she also does like business training. She has one on Instagram. I pay for that one. I think it's called Instagram Academy. So I've paid for lots of trainings. I've taken lots of trainings. I've read lots of books, lots of articles. So it's work. It's work to get to be better at running social media, as far as running a company or running a business. So just use your personal page for right now. Use your personal page. And if you think about it, everyone that you already know, like your family and your friends and what's considered your warm market, they're already on your personal page. So there's no need to go and start off another page where no one's going to be on there. Use your regular page for now. Your personal page is what they call it, your personal Facebook page. And then with time, when you feel more comfortable, you can start to dive in more training, more learning on how to then open up a like page and run a like page and be successful with the like page. Because you can have a like page and have like 5 followers on there and it does you no good. What I do and encourage you, even before considering a like page, is invest in Instagram. You guys, Instagram is where it's at. Instagram, it's easier to find people. It's easier for people to follow you, especially with the hashtags. It's easier now with IG stories. It's just easier to be able to reach more people versus Facebook. Facebook can be complicated. Not to say it's not successful or it's not beneficial to be really good with Facebook. It is, but Instagram is easier. And to me, it's much more fun. So before I even dive into the like page, I've shared really good trainings on Instagram before. Hello. So take a look at that. And the same thing, go to YouTube. But what I would suggest you do when you're on YouTube and you're looking for like, how do you grow your Instagram? Best Instagram practices. Look for Beachbody coaches training, because Beachbody coaches are the ones that will give you Beachbody tips on how to run Instagram. So you go to YouTube, just type in Beachbody best Instagram practices, or Beachbody IG stories, or Beachbody how to grow your IG following. Do more training on social media, especially Instagram right now. I feel like it's hot. Instagram stories. I just started using Instagram stories maybe about a month ago, and I've already seen the changes, the difference. So do that if you haven't already done. It's going to help you so much, is reach more people. Oh, another thing to go and get better at and learn more about is the hashtags you're going to be using Instagram, and make sure, again, it's from a Beachbody coach teaching you best practices on hashtags and how it applies to our Beachbody business. But really quick, my tip on hashtags, and I was talking to Jennifer, I met up with her last week. She's also a newer coach. Whenever you use hashtags on Instagram, don't use hashtags that are going to attract other Beachbody coaches. So I never use the hashtag Shift Shop. I never use the hashtag Shakeology. I never use any hashtags to hashtag our programs or Beachbody. And also, I don't even use any hashtag anything related to fitness, because you're just going to attract other Beachbody coaches or other people who are already set on fitness, who are like CrossFit trainers or whatever. Use hashtags. For example, I use a lot of curly hair hashtag, natural curls hashtag, Dallas Cowboys hashtag, Cowboys Nation. So things that are relate to you, that have nothing to do with fitness, so that you can find like-minded people like you, right? Like I find people who have curly hair all the time, look for me. Whatever it is that, or you're a mom, mom of boys, mom of two, fur mama, things that are going to get you to connect people that have nothing to do with fitness. That's my suggestion on hashtags. I used to use a whole bunch of fitness hashtags in the beginning, and I used to use them on all our products, and I was just attracting other Beachbody coaches, because all the other Beachbody coaches are also using fitness hashtags and hashtags that have to do with our program. So you don't want to be attracting other Beachbody coaches, obviously. Okay. And then the other thing I will say, you guys, is just remember just to always be sharing your story, and consistently. That is going to, so for me personally, when I'm sharing anything, and it's not all the posts, but a lot of the posts, what I try to do is I try to evoke emotion in people. If you can evoke emotion in people with one of your posts, when you evoke emotion, that person is more likely to take action. So, how do you evoke emotion? You talk about the things that you've struggled with, that you have overcome or are working on overcoming now that you are using our products, now that you are on a healthier journey. So think about things that you used to struggle with, or that you still struggle with. That's the things that you should be sharing on social media. So if you used to struggle with, I always share how I never struggle with motivation for working out. Like, I am a workout junkie. I will work out for hours if you let me a day. That's never been my issue. My issue was always nutrition, knowing what to eat, knowing the foods to eat. And it was just all so complicated for me. And I talk a lot about that, because guess what? There's thousands of people out there just like me who used to struggle with that too. And anytime I make a post about that, of how I used to get super frustrated and had no idea what, to do, and how I tried everything. I tried like the MyFitnessPal thing, and I tried all these crazy diets, and I would always end up getting no results because I just had no guidance, and it was just all like over the head for me. When I make that post, I get so many people to reach out and say, oh my God, me too. Like, I have no idea how to do this nutrition thing. So anytime you want to just think about, man, what did I used to struggle with, or what am I still struggling with that I'm overcoming, that the products are helping me overcome, whether that's energy, whether that's motivation. Maybe for you, it was motivation. Maybe for you, it was staying accountable and actually committing to a program from start to finish. Like, you know how many people out there have the same struggles that you do. And if you share about that, and then you share how you're overcoming it, or how you've overcome, have overcame that, that is what people are going to be like, oh, okay, well, I struggle with that too, and I want to overcome that as well. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, so that's something huge. And share your story consistently. Share your progress. Share those non-scale victories. Anything that you, like I was talking to Jennifer the other day, and I just keep using her example because she texts me all the time, and then we met up last week, but she was telling me that she was on her way, she was going to go to a girls' weekend trip, and she's like, I went shopping today and I bought jeans that were like 2 sizes smaller, something like that. And I'm like, girl, have you shared that? She's like, no. I'm like, share that. Those are the things you want to be sharing. That if you go and buy jeans that are 2 sizes smaller, share that with people. Any non-scale victory, how your body is changing, how you're changing mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that you want to be documenting on social media. Like, pretend social media is your diary and you are documenting all of this, because those posts, every time you make one of those posts, people get a little bit more curious and a little bit more curious and a little bit more curious, and until they work up, so much curiosity that they reach out to you. Or maybe it's people that you've already been talking to and who have said, no, not right now. When they say no, not right now, 9 out of 10 times they will come back. And every time you make a post where you're sharing something that you struggled with, or you're sharing a non-scale victory, it's like a reminder to them of how much they really want to do it, right? Like, man, there she goes talking about whatever, her workout again, or her shake again. Like, I really should be doing that. I really should be doing that, until one day they're like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to do it. And if you think about it, I know I'm the same way. Whenever I want to do something or purchase something that can't really convince myself to do it, but then I see all these other people talking about it and bragging about it until I'm just like, I get fed up, and I'm like, fine, like, sign me up. I'm just going to do it, because you get FOMO, you get fear of missing out. So think of that, on a Sunday night or Sunday or the weekend, like, sit down and write out, like, what can you share? What have you struggled with? What are you still struggling with? What are you overcoming? What things can you share? I think sometimes we downplay those non-scale victories, like, oh, no one's going to want to know about that, or that's not really big. Yes, like, if you make a huge deal out of it, it is a big deal, and it is a huge deal, and you have no idea, like, who wouldn't kill to go to the store and buy jeans 2 sizes smaller? Like, anyone would, right? Anyone who is trying to be more fit, more healthy, more happier. If I see someone who I've been following and I've been keeping my eye out, and I see her talk about this, and then I see her talking about she went to buy jeans 2 sizes smaller, I'll be like, like, I want 2 sizes smaller too. It's all about giving people, like, fear of missing out, and showing them kind of like behind the scenes a little bit of what you can offer, or how their lives can change as well if they were to join you. And then just remember, you guys are new, so this takes patience, this takes time. So the more consistent that you are, the more that you can share, the more that you can offer value to people on your social media, with time, that momentum's going to start building up. They will start coming out. Whenever you invite them, you will start getting more yeses than nos. But it does take time in the beginning to kind of build that credibility, and then for people because it takes people time to watch you. You guys, I've had people watch me. I've had people join me who literally tell me that they've been watching me for 2 years. I've had people tell me they've been watching me for 3 years. Like, it's mind-blowing that it takes someone 2 years or 3 years to finally want to join, but some people just take longer. We have no control over how long it's going to take someone to want to join us. So don't focus on what you cannot control. That is out of your control. When people tell you no, or not right now, they're not ready, that is not in your control. So don't focus on that. Don't get caught up on that, because what you focus on will expand. Focus on what you can control. How many posts can you make this week? How can you share your story and your struggles this week? What non-skill victories can you share this week? What kind of posts can you offer on social media that offer people value? Can you go live? Can you do an IG training? Can you apply something new that you've learned to IG stories? Like, those things you have full control of. So try your best to focus on what you can control. Focus on that. Go hard on that, and then the things that you can't control, that will work its way out, and it will start to happen. Hold on a sec. It starts to get a little warm in here. Okay. Cool. Oh shit. And then just think like, so, you guys joined either me or someone on Team Living Fit. And so just try to remember, like, what kind of posts did you see me post, or what kind of posts did you see your coach post that you liked, or that really resonated with you, or that motivated you? Or what was that post that finally made you reach out and join the boot camp and join being a coach? Those are the kind of posts you should be posting, because if it evoked emotion in you and it motivated you in some way, now you need to make those kind of posts with your words, with your story. Of course, all you always want to be authentically 100% you. You're not trying to be anyone else on social media, but you can make similar posts and just put your own spin to it, your own story to it, because whatever attracted you, whatever motivated you, whatever posts you liked, that's odds are that's what other people like as well, right? Okay. Now I want to get into your guys' questions. Hold on a sec. And then at the end of the call, if you have more questions that pop up, I'll let you guys ask them as well. Let's see, Mariana asked, it was a good question. So Mariana, you asked, oh, dang it. Okay, Mariana, you asked how to start a conversation with someone you don't know. You said you have friended about 70 people. Good job, girl, so far, and I'm having trouble with that one. Okay, so this is what you do. The people that you're friending, you definitely want to start a conversation with them, either private message or start to comment on their pictures, their posts, because you don't want to just add a bunch of people and then you never talk to them. That defeats the purpose of adding people to your network. What I do, I don't do this so much anymore, but what I used to do is when I added someone, I would go to their social media, spend a few seconds, or their Facebook post, spend a few seconds, look at their pictures, look at what they've posted in the last week or so, and if you find something that stands out, then I would privately message them about that. So if they went to watch a movie, first I would say something like, hey girl, thanks so much for reaching, or thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I noticed we had mutual friends, so I wasn't sure if we had met before or not, something like that, sweet, short. And then I would try to find something specific that I can either compliment them on or ask more questions about. So that requires you taking a little bit of time to look at their pictures. If they have kids, you can be like, wow, I didn't know you already had 2 babies. Like, they're so grown up, they're so cute. Something like, moms love you when you compliment them on their babies or whatever, on their kids. Or they went to watch a movie, or they, that show, This Is Us, just started yesterday. Maybe they posted that they watched it. Be like, oh my God, girl, I love that show too. Can you believe blah, blah, blah. So it's just trying to find something on their social media that you can authentically compliment on or ask more about, if that makes sense. And that is how you just start a conversation with people that you don't know. And it wasn't in this group, it was in the other group. There's a good video that my girl Brenda, she's one of our coaches, that she did not too long ago. After this call, I'll go in the Team Living Fit page and I'll bump it up so you guys can see it. And she made a video specifically on how exactly this, how she friends a bunch of people, and then she starts genuine conversations. The key is genuine, because people can tell when you're genuine, and people can tell when you friend request them if you're just trying to be icky and salesy to them. We've all gotten that friend request and then that message, right? That weird message, have you ever tried this? So I think it's just, as long as you're being genuine and you truly take time to study their social media, then you can just literally talk about anything that you see on their social media. But I will bump up that video that Brenda did. It's like 14 minutes. It's not that long. And she gives more examples on how she does that as well. She gives really good examples. And then, so that. if that makes sense. Our next Shift Shop Bootcamp in English, I haven't made the calendar yet for October, so I'm not sure yet. But then remember, you guys can run your own groups whenever you're ready to run them. So like I explained in the beginning, I usually allow coaches maybe 2-3 times, 3 months of running boot camps with me. And after that, I am going to push you to start running them on your own. Usually my boot camps are always at the end of the month. So I'm thinking probably end of October. I haven't really sat down and thought about it yet. The one for this month just started on Monday. So I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll start working on the October calendar. That's crazy. October already. Shoot. Okay. Another question, Mariana, you are doing a crockpot challenge. Great job. I don't have anything on crockpots, but just get on Google and trust me, you will find things, and Pinterest and YouTube. There's lots of Beachbody coaches who do crockpot challenges, and they have their things on there. So if you just Google Beachbody crockpot challenge, or you Pinterest crockpot challenge, or you YouTube Beachbody crockpot challenge, you will find so many things out there already that you can use. And crockpot challenges are really good around this time because it's getting into the fall and winter where, you can make more crockpot meals. I don't think I ever did a crockpot challenge, but there are a lot of Beachbody coaches who do that. So that's just another creative way of, instead of doing a 5-day group, it's a crockpot group. So good job on that. I don't think I have anything on it though, since I've never done one on crockpot because I don't use the crockpot, but I should. Okay. Amy said how to do it if someone wants to join the free boot camp but doesn't have Facebook. Then Amy, I would encourage you, if you wanted to start running your groups on the Challenger Tracker app. So you know how I have all of you guys in the bootcamp, Shift Shop Bootcamp Challenger Tracker app. You can do the same thing. Can you? Yeah, you can do the same thing for a free group. I've never done a free group in the Challenger Tracker app. I probably should start doing it. I just never have. So whenever I come across this issue, when people say they don't have Facebook, and I just say, I say, I'm so sorry. And then I say, are you willing to open up just a random account for the 5 days to just be in the group? Some people sometimes they just open a random fake account to be in the group, and then they close it out afterwards. And if they say they don't use social media at all, like, what? Do they live in a cave? Again, the same thing. I would just encourage them. I mean, that's how we run our business. That's how we run our groups. And if they truly want to be in this group, then they'll find a way. Again, they can get a fake account. It's only for 5 days. They can close it afterwards. They don't even have to put a picture. They don't even have to use their real name. Like, it could be a fake Facebook account. Easy peasy. That's the only thing I have, for that. I mean, I don't know what else we could do for them other than either use the Challenger Tracker app or encourage them to just get a fake account and they can close it afterwards. Do you guys have any other questions for me? Questions, comments, concerns? You can type it in the chat box. Unmute yourself. I know I had seen another one from Cindy that I was going to go back and answer, and then I didn't. But okay, yay. But you guys, what I really wanted just to talk to you about tonight is Instagram. It's just investing more time in your social media because, I mean, that's how our businesses are run on social media. The better you can get at social media, the more training you can do and apply. Because again, I know coaches who are amazing at watching endless training videos. They go to events, they read the books, they do the trainings, they take endless notes, and they never apply a single thing. They never take action. They're just waiting on the next training and the next training. And don't be what's it called? Someone said on the National Wake Up Call once. I don't know. Yes, it's good to do a training, and then find something you can apply right away. Same thing when you're listening to the National Wake Up Calls every Monday. What one thing can you apply that week, right? Don't overwhelm yourself. Just each new week, try to apply one more thing to your business that you heard or you learned. That's what the National Wake Up Calls are for. That's how I started The only reason I started using IG stories because Jatana Jackson was on the National Wake Up Call. And she was also a guest speaker on our Fit and Funky call. And she was bragging on and on about IG stories and how they were helping her business. I'm like, man, okay. So I took notes. I went to start following Jatana to watch what she was doing. And then I applied that to my business. I started to apply those tips because success leaves tips, but you have to apply them. You have to try them for yourself, and not just one time, because it may not work the first time. Consistently try it for about a month, and then if it doesn't work, all right, that didn't work for me. What can I do next? So it's learn, take action. Learn, take action. Learn, take action. Yes, I'm going to leave this group open for another few weeks. That way, I know a lot of you are not caught up. That way you can go back and catch up on the assignments that you missed, or just a refresher on some that you want to go back and take notes. So yes, I will leave this open. The October one is going to start the first week of October 2nd. Is that already Monday? That is Monday. Shoot, October 2nd. So if you like completely fell off this training and you want to redo it again with the October, it'll be the exact same trainings. Whenever I post the link in the Team Living Fit page this weekend, then make sure you just add yourself, because you can definitely do this training again if you got like 5 assignments in and you missed like 20 of them. Because that happens. All right, you guys, any other questions, comments, concerns? No, everyone's good? Good. Well, I'm going to be posting our calendar soon, our October calendar. So I'll have another free group, most likely start in October, that you are welcome to invite guests to. And another thing, whenever you do invite people, especially to like five-day groups or whatever, yes, it's good to make those public posts, but not many people are going to reach out, especially in the beginning, because you're new and because you just haven't built that credibility, and because whatever other reason, sometimes most people just do not reach out. In the first 2 years of my business, you guys, I built my business, 1, from free groups, 2, 98% of the time, I was reaching out to people. I was privately messaging people and inviting them to my free groups and my paid groups. It wasn't because they were coming to me. People didn't start coming to me until like the 3rd year, and now the 4th year for sure. But those first 2 years, I was the one inviting people behind the scenes. And it might be scary and overwhelming and uncomfortable in the beginning, but the more you do it, it's going to become second nature. And I can't tell you how many times people would tell me, oh my God, thanks so much for reaching out. I was going to reach out to you, but I was shy, or I forgot, or X, Y, and Z. Like, they have all these excuses why they don't reach out. We think, man, I made this amazing public post. Everyone's going to reach out to me. Everyone's going to comment. Everyone's going to privately message me. No, that is not the case. You need to be intentional and reach out to people, especially if you see that they like it. Let's just say you make hey guys, I'm putting a 5-day group together, blah, 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 free meal plan. Who wants to join? And you see people like it, well, message those people who liked it and say something like, hey girl, I noticed you liked my post on the 5-day free group, so I wasn't sure if you want, and it's going to be a fun group, blah, blah, blah. I would love to have you. Do you want to join us? Always end with a question, not let me know. Always a question at the end. Do you want to join us? Do you want more info? Do you whatever your question is? But you're going to have to you're going to have to take the initiative of inviting people, especially the people that you're adding to your network. So something that I would do, and I still have it somewhere here. I have a binder. I had a huge binder, and what I would do is I would set the day. I would put the day at the top of my journal. Like today would be September 27th or 26th. I don't know what today is, 27th. So I would put September 27th, and I would write down everybody who I added to my network today. Everybody who added me to their Facebook. Not the ones that I sent out, but the ones that actually added me. I would write down their names, and I would put a little check mark once I'd messaged them and started some kind of genuine message, whether it just be like, hi, or again, I would find something on the social media that I can talk about. And then what I would do, you guys, let's just say today is September 27th. In about a month, so in October, maybe the third week of October, I would come back to this list of today, and I would invite these people to my free group. And I would give it 3 or 4 weeks. That way, during these 3 or 4 weeks, we hopefully are having a little chat back and forth in the private message. But also, I'm going to be intentional. Every time they make a post on their social media, they have a picture, I'm going to go and comment and like it, just so that we can start building that friendship, right? That social media friendship. So that in 3 to 4 weeks, when I go to invite these people who I added today to my free group, it's not weird. It's not a stranger. We've already established some kind of social media friendship, whether I'm just like, commenting on their pictures, on their posts, finding something. I'm being intentional about starting that friendship. And then I would invite them, because why not, right? We have a gift to offer. It's a free group. You should never feel guilty or weird about inviting someone to our group. You're doing it with the good intention of helping them. Especially to those free groups. I would always invite them first to a free group. From the free group, then I would invite them to a paid group. And I would do that every single day. So these would be my September 27th people, everyone who added me today and who I sent some kind of message to tomorrow. I would start a new page and I would put September 28th. And at least, I would go for at least 10 people every day, at least. Sometimes I would do 20, sometimes I would do 30. And I would keep a journal of all of the people that I were adding and I was starting conversations with, so that in 3 to 4 weeks down the road, I wouldn't do it right away. Like, I wouldn't friend request someone yesterday and then today I wouldn't invite them to a group, because that is more like, it's red flag. They're gonna be like, oh, she only friend requested me to add me to her group or whatever. Like, you first want to establish some kind of social media friendship. 3 to 4 weeks is a good time. 2 to 4 weeks is a good time. I think Danielle explained it once really, really well. She explained it like, if you're going to invite someone to your birthday party, you wouldn't invite someone you just met to your birthday party, right? You would invite someone who you've established some kind of friendship, some kind of relationship, then you would invite them to your birthday party. So kind of think of it that way whenever you're inviting people to your groups. But again, you be intentional, you reach out to them behind the scenes. Amy, I have, if you go to the Team Living Fit page under albums, I have an album of the apps that I use for my pictures and the apps that I use for my videos. So remember, you guys, in the Team Living Fit page, there's files, there's photos, and under photos there's albums, and I have an album on that. Yeah, Mariana, you can invite people for sure, and you should be inviting people. Yes, always invite people. I mean, it's, without having a boot camp coming up soon. Well, you are going to have a boot camp coming up soon. Like, we have the October boot camps. Like right now, even though the Monday, 2 days ago, my Shift Shop boot camp started, but I'm still talking to people. Like today, people have reached out to me and asked me about the Shift Shop boot camp. So even though it already started and the October one doesn't start until like 3 weeks from now, I can still talk to them. I can still give them information so that they are ready for the October one. And even if they purchase today, what I do usually, like, let's just say someone purchases the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack today. I'll tell them, awesome, like, we're going to start October 15th or whatever, and I just make them wait until October 15th. And I do let them know, like, you can go on, test out the workouts, I tell them take it on the test drive, and we will officially start on this day. Anything else, you guys? Everyone good? I hope that was helpful. All right, you guys, I will let you all go then. Thanks so much for being on. And always, if I am your personally sponsored coach, we can always schedule a 15-minute, 20-minute one-on-one whenever you want to run ideas, or schedule one with your upline. Tune into our team calls. Usually when we have our team calls every Tuesday, we always open it for Q&A at the end, so you can ask questions. Or in the event, ask your question before the meeting if you're too shy to speak up during our team call, and we'll answer your questions there. And then just keep focusing on your journey, on sharing your journey, what we talked about, sharing on social media, those non-scale victories, what you're overcoming. Dive into social media training, especially Instagram stories. learn as much as you can, but also take action and apply. And I promise you, it will pay off. It will start to work. It just takes time in the beginning. It's kind of like whenever whenever you are in the well, you're pumping the well for water, right? In the beginning, it's like you're pumping and you're pumping and you're pumping and nothing is coming out, nothing's coming out. But with time and consistency and you never stopping pumping, that water starts to slowly come out. Same thing with the business. All right, you guys, I'll let you guys go. Have a great night. Thanks for hopping on. I will post a recording in the in our group, and I'll post the last post as well in the training group, the last training post. I didn't post it this morning, which I meant to. So we will keep chatting. Have a good night, everyone.